Viewer discretion is advised. And this video by no means is a financial advice. This is what I'm personally doing, and this is a detailed explanation how and why I'm going all in with this $1 million challenge and with entire $1 million into this one trade. If this trade goes sideways, I will lose the entire $1 million. So I'm going to show you the trade once again. I'm going to explain to you why I'm doing it. So if you want to be educated and you want to learn the technicalities and the deep dive kinds of analyses of this trade, then please watch till the end. This either is going to be an epic fail on YouTube or just a historic trade that will go down in history books. So let's just dive straight into this. And first, let's discuss what is happening with Bitcoin, and then we're going to talk about Ethereum and the probabilities of Ethereum spot ETF and the implications, the current market sentiment expectations, and how you can act on it and the reason why I'm building it, the trade on it, and like how you can actually make millions on it too if you wanted to. So if you're brand new to the channel, remember, my name is Kralow and I'm doing this challenge from 1 million to 10 million live in front of everyone, showing you every single trade I'm taking. So let's just jump straight into this. And first, let's quickly go over Bitcoin so that you don't, so that you're not left behind with no information on Bitcoin. So right now, actually, technically, we're in this wedge right here, and hopefully we are actually kind of slowing down in our down move. So hopefully, which actually formed the wedge itself, hopefully we're gonna break above and retest something higher. That would be nice to see. However, I'll be honest with you guys, I really want the price to go lower. I really want us to kind of fake out and then go lower. I want the grayscale to keep dumping so there is more FUD on the market. Why? Because I will be able to scale my trade further. So let me show you everything. So this is the trade that I'm talking about. Currently, it is a $1 million trade, and I'm ready to scale it further. I'm ready to sustain short-term pain here and short-term losses because we've done okay with some of the altcoins, some of the trades. So despite the small loss, we're still sitting at a $30,000 profit on this $1 million in the last couple of weeks. And as you can see, my orders are still sitting at the same place. So basically, all the way down to 2,500 on Ethereum, and that's where I want the price to go. I want it to crash as low as possible because in my opinion, this is going to be generational wealth creation opportunity. I'm not saying that the price is going to go that low, but that's what we need to build an amazing historic trade. So now quickly, let's discuss what is happening with Bitcoin, what is causing the current down move and what I'm currently expecting from it, because there is a lot of interesting information and a lot of interesting data that if you are actually wanting and actually are hoping for this down move to stop and finally maybe go and retest 75K and actually create a short squeeze, there is a hypothetical for it right now. So let's have a look at it. And remember guys that I'm doing this challenge over on Bybit, and with my exclusive link down in the description of this video to Bybit, you can claim up to $30,000 in initial deposit bonuses of real money that you can use for your own trading. All the requirements or down below when you click the link, when you deposit, then you go to reward centering, you can claim all the bonuses. And also all deposited users get access to my crypto signals community, 40,000 traders in there, great place to be, and we're doing exceptionally well. There is a link to Discord down in the description. Then there is an instruction on how to join it. You just will need your UID and it's going to let you in. And certainly you get other bonuses. You also get access to my copy trading. You can actually copy your copy trading accounts automatically if you've used my Bybit account, Bybit link, and then certainly you can go to copykralowtrades.com within 24 hours once you're added to the whitelist after you create an account using my link, and you'll be able to actually copy my copy trading accounts, and by doing nothing, you'll make money. So that's pretty cool. Anyway, let's move on. And with Bitcoin, quick update, we're still seeing, I mean, record amounts of arguably, record amounts of outflows out of Bitcoin spot ETF, but just because of grayscale, because other ones are accumulating more or less. BlackRock has slowed down a bit, but in general, it is all just because of grayscale. So as I said, there is some hopium here, and the hopium is this right here, that if grayscale keeps on selling at the current rate, they will be left with no Bitcoin in literally 3 months. So this is short term. As I told you, this selling pressure from grayscale is only short term. And we really don't know what is the reason behind it. Are people selling because of the high fees? We don't know. And the grayscale CEO actually says that the fees on Bitcoin ETF will drop over time after outflows hit 12 billion. But if you look at it, we are already pretty much past 12 billion if I'm adding those up correctly. So therefore, these should slow down sometime soon. Therefore, this pattern that I've been talking about could actually play out to the upside at some point, or maybe we'll squeeze a bit lower, go to 58, maybe 56, and then finally bounce from there just to stop people out. Possible, very possible, and that's what I'm hoping for as well. So, but anyway, let's move on. Let's discuss this here. Let's discuss why am I building my $1 million long trade like that. I mean, right now it's already a $1 million trade, but it's a basically a $143,000 trade because it's the margin, because it's a leverage trade. So the value of it is 1 million. But really, what I want this to be in terms of value, I want the entire margin to be close to 1 million. So the entire trade would be like $3, $4, $5, $6, $7 million. So then the reason why am I doing it on Ethereum? Because of its potential and because of the ETF and everything we're going to discuss. And I know so many of you are going to scream at me down the comments saying, Thomas, it's impossible for spot Ethereum ETF to be approved. Let's look at the evidence, shall we? Again, as I told you, it's going to be a deep dive video. So first of all, certainly if we want to, win this challenge and before the end of the year make 10 million from 1 million, we need high risk. Therefore, trading something as huge as Bitcoin, which is sitting at 1.2 trillion, I mean, it makes more sense to trade something that is smaller. I mean, maybe it's not as small as some shitcoin or, third generation crypto, but maybe second generation, which is Ethereum. So this is currently sitting at 400 billion, which is 3 times smaller than Bitcoin. Therefore, there is much more upside potential just percentage-wise. But again, everything in due time. Please watch this video till the end so that you actually understand. So certainly, one more reason, obvious reason, is the upcoming final deadline for an Ethereum spot ETF. And you've seen what happened to Bitcoin after the ETF. We came to the all-time high. And Ethereum is actually still sitting quite far below the current all-time high. If you have a look at it, it's actually relatively far away. Right here, so it's still 33% away. So it's actually lagging behind Bitcoin just because of this uncertainty with the ETF. And that's why actually right now we're also forming this pattern here, which is not very nice looking. But I'm really hoping that it's actually going to break below, create this huge FUD, and possibly take all of my orders, which will build my trade further. But it's certainly possible going to break above and actually, short term we'll have some unrealized profits. But I really want to have this trade to be much bigger, because if I actually add some take profit, my take profit here on Ethereum will be minimum 10,000 per ETH. So this means that my take profit could be sitting at something like $1.8 million on this one trade. But this is also not enough. That's why I want this trade to be at least 3 times bigger, 3 million. So that would be, the profit of about $6 million on just one trade. But for this, I need the price to go lower. I need to get this average entry price lower and to scale it further and add more margin to it. So that's what I want. But now, again, going back to why, besides it being much smaller than Bitcoin, besides the fact that the Ethereum ETF deadline is coming up, let's have a look at other reasons why that is the case. The first reason that I want to mention is the TVL. Ethereum has an incredible amount of TVL, total value locked. So this is something that actually spells if there is a supply shock, this means that the price could be driven high beyond belief. So that's number one. Number two, which is also what interests currently Wall Street, that Ethereum is actually deflationary. Look at it. This is, if they actually approve spot Ethereum ETF, it's going to be the first deflationary asset on Wall Street. Deflationary. Right now with the whole inflation, with the dollar being a piece of scam, gold not performing, not making you any money. And then we have a deflationary asset. Imagine this, like in this instance, in this sense, there could be more hypothetical interest in this than in a Bitcoin spot ETF, arguably. So this is also a huge thing you need to consider. One more thing you need to consider is that Fidelity actually added staking to their Ethereum ETF application. And how is this important? Well, if you have a look, then you will see that on average, Ethereum staking rewards are around 3.6%, which for us crypto guys might not seem like a lot. We don't really care about 3.6% a year. However, if you study this, on average, S&P 500 stocks are yielding from anywhere from zero, like Tesla, huge company, for no dividends for so long. No multi-billion-dollar company for so long, no dividends. It never had any yield. and it grew like crazy. So and then there are also so many companies that yield maybe 1% to 2%, and only less than 40 companies on Wall Street, on S&P 500, actually yield more than 4%. So this here is a deflationary asset that is capped and also has such crazy TVL, is such a micro cap, arguably, compared to all the huge stocks and stuff, and at the same time actually provides yield, which is more than most companies on Wall Street. Wow, this is absolutely huge. But then the topic becomes, it's all rainbows and unicorns. Then if it's so obvious why Ethereum is not rallying like crazy, and this is the actual partial answer to the reason why I'm going all in, particularly on this Ethereum trade. Because right now you're going to say, SEC is going to label it as a security, there's never going to be an ETF. So let's have a look at this. SEC is really waging a legal campaign to classify Ethereum as a security. So even though, they lost to XRP, and of course the consensus mechanism on XRP is different, they don't have staking, so arguably you could say that, okay, Ethereum has a very little chance of actually getting the spot Ethereum ETF. So let's examine this, as I promised to you guys. Even Ripple executives have slammed SEC, and they said that they will lose the war against ETH. And if there will be a war, there could be a war, because there has been a war on Bitcoin, on XRP. Do they really want to wage another war? Possible, but it is so obvious that they're gonna lose it. But let's get actually deeper into the details right here, which is very important for you guys to understand why this trade on Ethereum is so asymmetrical. Besides the fact of the market cap, besides the fact of what Ethereum is, that it is deflationary, that it actually provides yield to the investors, etc. What we're currently seeing, what is very important, what I'm paying attention to, is that right now, the main deadline is May 23rd for the Ethereum Spot ETF approval, and market is probably close to 30 to 40% probability in terms of their opinion as to what is going to happen and whether it's going to be approved. So it is, the consensus is that there will be no Ethereum ETF. So when we had everybody very hopeful about the Bitcoin ETF, and whenever we would have a delay, it would actually have a very negative impact. And then when we actually had the approval of it, it actually dumped because, everybody expected it. But right now, most of the market expects that it will not be approved. That's the thing. This is the psychology. So if it is approved, the pump will be insane. That's why, of course, it's a risk, because it might not be approved. And if it's not approved the first time, if they have to go to battle, the dump will be not that significant, because not too many people even expect it to be approved in the first place. So it is an asymmetrical bet. You see what I'm saying here? Subscribe, hit that notification bell, because not too many people dive so deep. And here, this is a very important individual in A16Z. It's a huge fund. It's a bunch of very smart people, and he's the global head of policy in A16Z. If you don't know what A16Z is, please Google them. It's huge. So you can actually trust these people in terms of their analysis and their reports. And what he's saying, what Brian is saying, is that this is like evaluating the chances of the spot Ethereum ETF actually existing at any point in the future. And as you can see here, when SEC allowed Ethereum futures ETF to trade on its regulated securities exchanges, it explicitly acknowledged the status underlying that ETH as being a non-security and outside of this, its jurisdiction. It's a fact. So honestly, guys, even if they deny it for some reason, it's insanity. It's just manipulation and insanity. Let's go on. Importantly, this ETF approval decision, which came in October of 2023, just literally at the end of last year, just a few months ago, it occurred well after Ethereum changed to proof of stake in September of 2022. So why did they approve the Ethereum futures ETF? Yes, it's a bit different, yes. But if it were a security, it would be a completely different story. And now they suddenly want to change their story? You cannot unfucking grill a burger. It just doesn't work like this. Meaning that to the SEC, Ethereum in its present state as of October 2023, which is the same right now, was not a security. I don't even understand what the hell they're doing. It seems like a scam. It seems like stupid FUD right now, just to keep people out, just to suppress the price. I don't know. If SEC had any doubt about the regulatory treatment of ETH in October of 2023, it wouldn't have approved the ETF. Duh, it's obvious. Furthermore, if Ethereum were a security, then the Ethereum futures ETF would be an illegal instrument. Duh, but it's trading, it's there. How is it even possible? It will be interesting to watch, and this is a very important part, it will be very interesting to watch what, if any, excuse the SEC uses if it were to delay or deny an Ethereum ETF, given it has already informed the market on Ethereum being outside of its jurisdiction, therefore it not being a security. SEC explicitly said this by approving it. Well, the SEC's conduct in refusing to acknowledge these facts is causing confusion and actively harming the public. So again, there is also a person asking a question how to respond to this argument that if it was acknowledgement of its commodity status and not the non-security status for the underlying asset. And as he says here, it makes total sense. As I showed in the thread, a commodity is deemed to be a non-security if there is a CFTC regulated futures or swaps contract on it, which there is. So therefore, guys and girls, I don't know why, but there is a lot of FUD right now, and really the market sees only 35% probability. And if it were to come along with all the things that I've just mentioned, and arguably considering the market cap of Ethereum, certainly the worst case scenario here, I'm not saying it's 100% probability, I'm saying there is 80% probability of ETH ETF actually being approved. But if it's not approved now, there is a 100% probability it will be approved later. So maybe they want to stifle innovation again. Maybe they want to come up with some most ridiculous reason. They will get sued again, there will be court, and then it will be approved later. So that's the worst case scenario. In that case, I will maybe have to reevaluate my stance on this trade. But overall, this is a far better bet if you want to grow fast. Again, not financial advice. That's why I'm building this trade here, which for me makes total sense. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments, and check out this quick tutorial as to how to trade Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies with proper risk and money management. And as always, peace and love. Thanks, Kralow. Check out all the bonuses, all the links down in the description of this video to all the resources. And let's get to $10 million together. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.